Two of the biggest heifers in Real Housewives history have been running their mouths, and now one of them has talked herself out of a job. Y'all know what they say, loose lips sink ships. We're going to talk about that and more right here in the suite. Give me about 51 seconds for this intro to play, and y'all know what to do in the meantime. Go ahead and like this video and hype me up, hype me up. Subscribe to my channel so y'all never miss when I go live or when I upload, okay? Check this out.
Since the beginning of times, beauty salons and barbershops have had a special place in the hearts of the industry professionals and the patrons alike. We can all remember trips to the shop, special moments made, conversations had, and lessons learned. From politics to pop culture, the latest gossip, love and relationships, and social movements. It's all talked about. Lifelong friendships are created, networks are built, ideas are shared, and politicians are made or broken. Our power is great. Our reach is wide. This is the place where we all shine, from the beginning to the end of times. Let's keep the conversation alive. Join me in my suite from your suite, and let's talk about the tea.
All right, you guys, y'all all know who Jill Zarin is. Jill Zarin is one of the original housewives of New York, and she has always had a big old mouth. And guess what? That mouth has now got her fired from the latest show that she was casted on, and that was The Golden Life. And she got fired after her racist rant against Bad Bunny's Super Bowl halftime show. Can y'all believe that? She, after all these years of begging Andy to get back on Bravo, that didn't work. And so now E has picked her up to do this show along with Sonia Morgan, Ramona Singer, Luann, the Countess, and Kelly Basimone. It was announced, and before filming even begun, the production company behind the show, which is Blink 49 Studios, has confirmed that the 62-year-old Real Housewives of New York City alum will no longer be included in the show. Isn't that something? They wrote, in light of recent public comments made by Jill Zarin, Blink 49 Studios has decided not to move forward with her involvement in The Golden Life. We remain committed to delivering the series in line with our company's standards and values. The production company said in a statement to Variety magazine on February 10th. Shortly thereafter, on his radio show, Andy Cohen with his messy butt, now you know he don't know her no more. Now he don't know Jill, you know. Andy Cohen said he condemned the comments, telling listeners that Jill was not employed by Bravo anymore and encouraging them to call E. How about that? Andy said, call E. That's not on me. That's not on Bravo. She don't work for us. I don't deal with the girl. I don't know her. I don't know her, okay? So I'm going to show you guys the video that Jill did with her messy self.
I think it was totally inappropriate. You've got all these young kids watching the Super Bowl, and he doesn't have to be grabbing himself every 5 seconds. Is he so insecure? Seriously, I didn't understand it. I don't speak Spanish. I would have liked to have known the words he was saying. To me, it looked like a political statement because there were literally no white people in the entire thing. I think it was a political statement, and I'm not taking a side one way or the other. I just do. I think it was an ICE thing. And I just think that the NFL sold out, and it's very sad because this was 75 years, and, you know, shame. Shame. And Lady Gaga got a facelift. I didn't recognize her. I literally had to Google her face to see who it was because we all couldn't agree who it was. So that was kind of fun in the middle of halftime. At least it gave me something to do because it was so hard to watch.
Did y'all hear that? There was no white people in the halftime show. I think it was something about ICE. Well, yeah, maybe it was. Maybe it was. It was probably over her head because she lives in her own little world with her own privilege, and she doesn't understand the plight that many Americans are facing today. Many Americans, okay? And then if that wasn't enough, if Jill's racist comment and rant wasn't enough about there not being any white people in the dance, and I think it was about ICE. If that wasn't bad enough, we got Taylor with her big lip self having to have the nerve to say something, okay? So Taylor says, Taylor Armstrong, she says, "Were you entertained? Question mark, question mark. I am embarrassed for the NFL and Apple, the Super Bowl halftime show, totally in Spanish with a Cuban flag, exclamation point, exclamation point, okay? But people in the comments were quick to call her out with her dumb self. He's Puerto Rican, part of the United States. Cuba's flag is similar to Puerto Rico's flag, part of the United States, they said. But it's not the same. She's so just opening her mouth to say something and doesn't even know what she's talking about. So for her part, Jill has since deleted her post once she started receiving all the backlash. But Taylor's post is still up there. It's still up there because she's standing 10 toes down on what she said, okay? With her dumb self. But also, I'm sure she also likes the attention. I mean, when's the last time we talked about Taylor Armstrong at all? At all, with her big lip self, okay? And then, of course, we have Miss Sonia Morgan. So Sonia says, Sonia said that she just wants everything to be inclusive, with a bunch of U's, inclusive. Couldn't y'all hear Sonia saying that? And so that's what she posted in response. And so, but her, the fans weren't letting her off that easy either. So they jumped in her comments to share their feelings about Jill. And so someone wrote, "Jill just ruined your show. Hope you picked the right side because Jill is not on it," one user wrote. Meanwhile, another follower posted, "Your racist co-star Jill just ruined any chance at success of your new show." Okay? So people are pissed about this. People are pissed. And Jill, once again, is on the wrong side of history. Once again, on the wrong side of history. And then, of course, we have our beautiful Countess Luann with her classy self. You know what she says? Money cannot buy you class, okay? Money cannot buy you class. And so Luann says she encouraged her fans and followers to choose love. And she showcased a sign that was displayed during the halftime show. And so, and then Tamara, of course, weighed in. Tamara from Real Housewives of Orange County, who was also married to a Mexican-American, Eddie, So Tamara commented, "What the actual F-U-C-K?" Okay. And she reposted, and then Sonia also, on her X account, she reposted a clip from Real Housewives of New York when Luann was welcoming the ladies to Columbia. And she posted that when Lady Gaga was coming up during the Bonito Bowl, and Sonia posted "so good" with a smiley face emoji. Okay. And Bethany Frankel even tried to get in on it at one point. Bethany was trying her best to get up in the mix, and but she quickly backpedaled when she started feeling the heat from those comments. And what she was doing in her post was she was commenting how far is too far. Like, at what point do these award shows, Super Bowls, Grammys, and things like that become too political? But at the same time, these are Americans and these are human beings that are playing in these big games, that are performing at these award shows, that are being nominated and presenting and accepting awards. And if in their thank you speech, they have the right to say whatever it is they want to say. And who can draw the line? This is America, and people have freedom of speech. They can say whatever they want to say. But like people always want to remind us, there is not freedom of consequences. So when you say things like this, be prepared to get fired. Be prepared for the backlash. Be prepared to get canceled. It is what it is. It is what it is. Okay. And I'm gonna tell y'all something, and this is the thing that I know. This is that I know really stuck it to Jill, and I was like, stick it to her. Stick it to her. This came from Zarin's Fabrics. Zarin's Fabrics, of course, Jill owned with her late husband, Bobby. Okay, and I believe it was his family's business, very popular business there in New York City. Okay, but Zarin Fabrics is also throwing Jill to the side and letting us know, honey, we don't know her anymore. We don't know her. We don't know her at all. So Zarin's Fabric says they put out a statement as well. Check this out. Zarin's Fabric stands firmly against racism, discrimination, and rhetoric that seeks to exclude or diminish people based on identity, culture, or background. It began in the caption of a post, which included an image of Jill with a large X across her face. How about that, Jill Zarin? How about that? Your late husband Bobby's company is Xing you out, putting an X on your face. They want nothing at all to do with you, okay? Nothing at all to do with you. Nothing at all to do with you. As far as Jill's reaction to the whole thing, Jill said, they didn't even give me a chance. They didn't even give me a chance, Jill tells In Touch Weekly. Isn't that funny? I took it down right away. People make mistakes. I'm human. Couldn't you hear her saying that? They didn't even give me a chance. I took it down right away. People make mistakes. I'm human. Okay, Jill, it wasn't a mistake. It was your true colors. That's truly how you feel. That's truly how you feel. You feel like you were disgusted that there was no English in the halftime show. Imagine how all the other Americans feel that don't understand English, and they're just as much American as you or I. And the halftime show has been in English for 174 years, or however many years it's been around. Okay? One time, it has been in a language other than English, and people are up in arms and acting a fool about it. But what about all those other years that people who live in this country, that are American citizens, that English is not their first language, have had to sit through and watch a show in a language other than English? What makes us any different? America has no official language, right? And this is supposed to be the country, a melting pot, a land of melting pot, a land of immigrants from all over the world that came here and settled this country. So they didn't all speak English. So who woke up one day and said English is going to be the official language of America? That has never happened before. Puerto Rico is just as much a part of America as the United States is. So why would we condemn someone or a whole language, a whole people that speak a language when they're also Americans? And even if they weren't Americans, they're humans. They're humans. And who are we to condemn them because they don't speak the same language we speak? Like, it's crazy that we are that way and that we let things like that divide us as a nation and as a people. And more importantly, that we let things like that and that kind of hatred in our hearts mark our or limit our days here on earth. And when we get to those pearly gates and we have to answer those questions before God, before the man upstairs, we don't know what color he's going to be or what language he's going to speak. Are we going to say to him, I don't understand, you don't speak English? Like, come on. Okay. So she said that people make mistakes. She took it down right away. Okay. And everyone on the internet is up in arms about, this is what one fan said, everyone on the internet is up in arms because they love Jill. And we're finally getting her back, a source tells In Touch. E made a snap decision without even taking into account that Jill took it down right away. Jill will be back. This won't keep her down. People love her. That will never change. Well, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I don't know about people loving her. I don't know about people wanting to see her back on their television screens. I think if anything, people felt sorry for her, a little bit of sympathy, because she is an OG. She is one of the original housewives of New York. And she did kind of get, I'm not even going to say a bad rap, but she, we know that she's been begging for at least a decade now to be taken off pause or to be rehired, put back on our television screens. And the minute she has the opportunity, the minute that check is about to be written, the minute those cameras are about to go up, the minute that mic is about to go on, this loose lip heifer opens her mouth and gets herself fired. But you know what they say? Everything done in the dark shall come to the light. She wasn't even smart enough to keep it in the dark. She put that stuff right out there on the internet because she was proud of what she was saying, and she meant every word of it. It was no mistake, Jill Zarin. What you said was no mistake. You meant every word of it. And just because you took it down, baby, the receipts are still alive, honey. The receipts are still alive. And just in case y'all missed what she said, I'm going to play it again for you. Let's do that bad boy again. Let's play it again. Just for fun.
I love
now we
Pam.
all
I mean, I
agree.
think it's
I agree.
terrific,
I said
but-
it before that it was the worst halftime show ever, and it's 250 years that we're celebrating right now in the United States. And I just don't think it was appropriate to have it in Spanish. And quite frankly, I didn't need to see him grabbing his, G area. I think it was totally inappropriate. You've got all these young kids watching the Super Bowl, and he doesn't have to be grabbing himself every 5 seconds. Is he so insecure? Seriously, I didn't understand it. I don't speak Spanish. I would have liked to have known the words he was saying. To me, it looked like a political statement because there were literally no white people in the entire thing. I think it was a political statement, and I'm not taking a side one way or the other. I just do. I think it was an ICE thing. And I just think that the NFL sold out, and it's very sad because this was 75 years. And, shame. Shame. And Lady Gaga got a facelift. I didn't recognize her. I literally had to Google her face to see who it was because we all couldn't agree who it was. So that was kind of fun in the middle of halftime. At least it gave me something to do because it was so hard to watch.
Now, why did Lady Gaga have to catch that straight? What's she got to do with the conversation, Jill? Why you throw Lady Gaga and her facelift under the bus? Like, come on. Just petty, 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 petty. So, I don't know, y'all. I'm tired of Jill Zarin. I've been over Jill Zarin, and I don't even feel sorry for Jill Zarin anymore. I don't feel sorry for her at all. I think that Jill Zarin has been over, and we can stop trying to make fetch happen, like they said. Stop trying to make fetch happen. Bravo, and whoever else is considering hiring Jill Zarin. Stop trying to make fetch happen. It's over for Jill. It's over for Jill with a capital O, okay? Jill has been canceled. If y'all agree, let me know in the comments. If you don't agree, let me know in the comments. I'm open to it because guess what? This is America and it's a free country. You can say whatever you want to say. Just be respectful. That's all I ask. Until next time, beautiful people, from my sweet to your sweet, good night.